All right, so these are my insights from meditation today. Just to start things off, I know there's different approaches, different intentions when it comes to meditation. My focus is really just on flow. So, to start things off, right? So, during today's meditation, I was sort of focused on the breath, and I was really paying attention to the cycle of breathing in and breathing out because today I noticed that really it felt like there was two parts, right? It didn't feel like it was a smooth transition. As I breathed in and out, I realized that first of all, it feels like I'm in two states, breathing in state, breathing out state. It felt like an on and off switch, right? It didn't feel like a fluid cycle. I felt a sharp pause. It felt like breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense, right? Because that's not flowing, that's not flow to me. I feel like it should be transitioning between both states. There shouldn't be a sharp contrast. There shouldn't even be a pause. And I paid a bit of attention and I realized that in between my breathing in and breathing out, there is a sort of tension. And it wasn't a full transition. All in all, I was able to sustain it. I would say I would split it into three phases, right? The first phase was just the noticing that this is not making any sense. I'm not flowing. The second stage was just trying to figure out how to stop it, right? And so my meditation session today was split into two subsections from there, right? The first subsection was how do I first stop, right? How do I stop this phenomena of splitting and pausing, right? So I noticed tension. It doesn't really matter where the tension is. It was all throughout my body, but it was always a form of tension associated. The second was you shouldn't use force, right? When it comes with existing, you don't want a forceful existence, right? You want to be powerful, right? Power just bends things. It's like power just is overwhelming, right? It's like imagine an ant trying to resist your foot. That's power. But now go to the gym and you're doing a weight that's on the edge of your strength, and now you're forcing it, right? Like you're forcing it, you're feeling the resistance. But when it comes to power is overwhelming, bro. Like try and block a wave. A wave is completely powerful. It's gonna push you around and toss you around like it's nothing. That's power. You reach power when you do a weight and it's like so effortless, you don't have to force, you don't have to try. That's power. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I had to figure out more or less how to stop tensing up and just flow and sustain my intention in a way where I'm moving like a river. It became fragmented, it became parts, right? Because it's like a continuous camera recording, like a live stream. If I am flowing and breathing in and out, it's a continuous live stream. But the moment my attention diverted, and I still went back to the breathing, but it felt like a jump cut. You know what I mean? And the jump cut happens either once I'm about to breathe in or once I breathe out. Those are the two. Instead of treating breathing in and out as a single happening, it was split into two happenings, and in between the two happenings, that's where my attention would go elsewhere, and it would feel like a jump cut. It would feel like a break, if you will, because continuous attention is challenging, to be honest. And you don't really realize you have continuous attention until you really try to nurture it. So that's about it, man. Like I said, my approach to meditation is my goal has become to reach eternal flow state, enter the flow state and exist in the flow state. That is my goal with meditation. Like, if you're trying to look for liberation and salvation, I'm not your guy, nor can I tell you anything about that because that's not really my interest nor the reason why I do it. But I would definitely say, when it comes to meditation and stuff, at the end of the day, it, there really isn't a goal with it. At the end, like, it's what you make of it. It's a tool. It's a tool for connecting with your existence, right? Like, if you have existential pain, right? Um, Meditation will address it, or anything that deals with your existence, meditation will teach you, right? Because all you're really doing is deep diving inside of yourself, and from there you make of it of what you will, whatever it may be, man. Um, for me, I think life sounds, because to me, I think flow state is peak performance. And why do I have to wait till I'm playing a game, or like, why do I have to wait till when I'm playing a game or a sport or something or drawing to enter the flow state? If that's my peak performance, I rather exist at peak performance at all time. Like, can you imagine just existing at peak performance? I think life will solve itself, and any of my stresses and worries will just unravel and solve themselves as long as I exist in peak performance. It's like literally existing at a different plane of existence. The other skill